I never thought a simple trip home could be my last. As I pulled off the highway, a white pickup truck flashed in my rearview mirror. Ordinary, dirty, like thousands in Michigan. I paid it no mind, but that pickup marked the beginning of the end of my ordinary life. What happened next turned me from a typical college student into a headline in police reports and news stories. My name is Kate. I'm 19 and a student at a college in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I live with my parents 25 minutes from the city in a small town called Ulysses. I'm studying psychology, dreaming of graduate school, hoping to work with children. I have a younger brother whom I pick up from school on Tuesdays. Mom is a nurse and Dad drives trucks. A normal American family, a normal life. February 26, 2019. Everything changed. The day started like any other. Social psychology lecture, then a seminar, then the library. I was planning to go home when I got a message from Mrs. Anderson, my former English teacher. She asked for help sorting books after class. I agreed. She had done a lot for me, and I needed a break from coursework. When I left the student center, I felt the cold. February in Michigan isn't a joke. Gray skies hung over the parking lot, promising snow. I started my car, an old green 2004 Honda Civic with rust on the hood. I loaded money on my student card from an ATM and drove out of the garage. Traffic was typical for a Thursday. I turned on my playlist, listening to indie rock, thinking about the evening, planning to do homework and binge watch a show. Nothing unusual. The off-ramp from the Highway 95 is always crowded. I took the right lane and slowed for the red light. The white pickup appeared again in the rearview mirror. Just a small, dirty truck with tinted windows, thousands like it statewide. I didn't think much of it then. Driving past my house, I headed toward Sparta, where Mrs. Anderson works. The road cuts through fields and rolling hills. Few cars after 5 p.m. I sped up, enjoying the freedom of the empty highway. The same white pickup stayed about 50 meters behind, neither closing in nor overtaking, just following. I frowned. Coincidence? People travel in the same direction. Normal. I turned off toward the barrels where I sometimes hang out with friends. The pickup followed. My heart jumped. I gripped the steering wheel tight. Calm down, Kate. People are just going about their business. But my hands were sweating. The road narrowed, houses thinned out. Gray fields stretched to the horizon. The pickup stayed behind, steady. I turned left. It turned left. I accelerated. It accelerated. Panic washed over me in waves. I read articles about human trafficking in Michigan. Girls my age with my look, prime targets, brown hair, blue eyes, slender. I told myself, no, I'm losing it. I listened to too many crime podcasts, but my gut twisted in fear. My instinct screamed, run. Up ahead, I saw the elementary school. I snapped onto the parking lot. If he's following me, I'll know for sure. If not, maybe I'm just paranoid. The white pickup pulled into the parking lot behind me. The world shrank to a pinpoint. No doubts left. I drove through the empty lot. The kids had all been picked up long ago. The playground was deserted. The pickup moved slowly, like it didn't want to spook me. In my head, I thought, he knows I know. Turning my car toward the exit, I saw the pickup stopped at the nearby intersection. Just sat there, watching. My hands shook so badly I barely held the wheel. I jumped onto the road, drove a couple blocks, turned into a residential neighborhood, parked between two houses, and switched off the engine. The silence deafened. I pressed myself into my seat, scanning the mirrors. 1, 2 minutes, maybe 5. The white pickup was gone. Maybe I lost him. Adrenaline raged in my veins. I decided to go to a coffee shop, get coffee for myself and Mrs. Anderson, like I planned. Normal stuff, normal day. On the main street, I kept checking my mirrors. Nothing. At Starbucks, ordered 2 lattes, paid with shaking hands. The barista looked at me oddly but didn't ask questions. The drive to school took 3 minutes. No pickup in sight. Everything was okay. I was safe. I parked, grabbed the cups, and headed inside. It was warm and quiet. Doris, the secretary, sat at the desk, typing. "Hi, Kate," she smiled. "Jane's waiting for you in class." I nodded, trying to smile back. Walking up the stairs, adrenaline vanished. My legs buckled, my grip loosened. The cups almost spilled. Kate, Mrs. Anderson, was standing in the classroom doorway, her face twisted with worry. "Kate, honey, what happened?" I don't remember how I ended up in her arms. I only remember breaking down, uncontrollably sobbing, gasping, tears streaming, my knees shaking, words stuck in my throat. The pickup followed me from the city. I was scared. Doris quickly brought me some water. Mrs. Anderson sat me down, held my hands, while I choked out the story. "You're not paranoid," she said firmly. "Kate, you were in danger, huge danger, if not worse." Her voice cut through my fog of fear. I realized if I had gone home, if I hadn't turned towards the school. "Thank God you stopped here," she whispered. We sat for an hour. I helped with sorting books, drank coffee, tried to calm down. Mrs. Anderson insisted I stay until dark, only then to leave with my phone on and connected. It was already 7 p.m. when I left. Darkness had fallen over the town. I got in my car and started the engine. In the rearview mirror appeared the white pickup. My heart stopped. He stood across the street, shadowed between street lamps. The engine ran, the headlights were off. He was waiting. I felt nauseous. My hands gripped the wheel until my knuckles hurt. He had found me and had been waiting for that whole hour. I pulled onto the road. The pickup moved after me. The 50-meter gap disappeared. He followed at a distance of about 10 meters behind my bumper. I saw his headlights' reflection in the mirror, blinding, threatening. Panic turned into cold, primal terror. I sped up. He sped up. Going back to school? No, the place was already empty. The security guards were gone. The police station in Sparta closes at 6. I needed to get home. The road stretched through the forest. Trees arched over the asphalt in a black canopy. No streetlights, just my headlights, his headlights, and darkness endless. I floored it. The Honda started and hit 120 km/h. The pickup kept pace. I reached for my phone in the cup holder, unlocked it with shaking fingers, and dialed 911. The call couldn't be completed. Check signal. No signal. I screamed out of helplessness. The pickup drew closer. Now we were 3 meters apart. I saw the massive bumper and grille. If he hit me at that speed, I'd be off the road. Forest on both sides, darkness ahead, a curve coming. I barely made the turn. My tires screeched, the car skidded. The pickup took the turn perfectly. He knew these roads better than me. Straight again. I sped forward, reckless and desperate. Gas at a quarter tank if it ran out. Suddenly the pickup fell behind. I looked in the mirror. His lights vanished. Maybe he gave up. Hope surged hotly. I slowed to 90, then to 70. Breathing ragged, wiping tears. Lights appeared ahead. My house, only 5 kilometers away. I traveled 3 more kilometers. The forest opened to fields. The moon peeked out from clouds, silver and cold. And there, on the road ahead, stood the white pickup. It blocked both lanes. Time stopped. I slammed the brakes. The Honda screamed and skidded, stopping about 30 meters from the pickup. The engine died. Silence. The pickup's door opened. A man stepped out. Tall, broad-shouldered, in a dark jacket. I couldn't see his face. He stood motionless, just staring. I tried starting the car. The key turned. The starter spun, but the engine wouldn't catch. I tried again. The man stepped forward. I screamed, pounding the wheel. Start, damn it. He walked slowly, deliberately, knowing I couldn't escape. I grabbed the phone. 1 bar of signal, 1 bar. Dialed 911. Beep, another beep. Emergency services. Help me, I yelled. I'm being followed. Between Sparta and the call cut off. The man was 10 meters away. I threw open the door and ran out. Cold air stung my face, snow crunching beneath my feet. Where? The forest. Only forest. I sprinted to the roadside, stumbling, falling, jumping up and running. Branches whipped my face, roots caught my feet. Behind me, heavy, measured footsteps. He wasn't running. He was walking because he knew I wouldn't run. I pushed through the thicket, gasping, clawing bark with my hands. Moonlight filtered through branches, casting twisted shadows. The footsteps grew closer. I glanced back. His silhouette stood among the trees. He was coming straight ahead at me without turning or hesitating. His foot caught on a root. I fell face first into the snow. Pain pierced my knee. I tried to get up, but my ankle twisted. The footsteps were right there. I rolled onto my back. He stood over me. The moon lit his face, an ordinary, very ordinary middle-aged face, weary, with a scar above his eyebrow. "Please," I croaked. He crouched, pulled something from his pocket, a white cloth. A sharp chemical smell hit my nose. I tried to scream. The world went black. February 27th, 2019, 6:47 a.m. A call came from Lisa Parker, Caitlin's mother. Her daughter had not come home the evening of February 26th. Phone unreachable. At 7:15 a.m., Officer Bradley found the green Honda Civic abandoned on the roadside, 4.5 kilometers from the intersection with Highway 131. The engine was cold. Driver's door open, keys in the ignition. At 8:30 a.m., a site inspection was conducted. Braking marks measured 23 meters. Tire tracks from a second vehicle, likely a pickup or light truck, ended at the roadside. Footprints were found leading into the woods. Female, size 7 sneakers. Tracks stopped after 47 meters in deep snow. Signs of a struggle found, broken branches, fall marks, scuffs in the snow. A second set of tracks, male, size 11 to 12 boots with rugged soles, led back to the road. No additional vehicle tracks detected. Presumably, the second vehicle left toward the highway. At 9:45 a.m., witnesses were interviewed. Jane Anderson, Sparta Elementary School teacher, confirmed Caitlin was at school until 7 p.m. She reported Caitlin was scared, told about a white pickup that had followed her from Grand Rapids. Doris Miller, the secretary, confirmed this account. At 10:30 a.m., surveillance footage from gas stations and stores along the route was checked. At 7:23 p.m., a white Ford pickup, roughly a 2010-2015 model, was recorded at a gas station near the highway intersection, heading south. The license plate was obscured by mud. A replay showed the same pickup traveling northbound at 8:14 p.m. At 2 p.m., a search in the forest involving police dogs took place. A dog picked up the trail near the fall site and led toward the road, but lost the trail at the roadside. No body found. At 4:30 p.m., Sparta residents were questioned. Mary Watkins, living on Maple Street, reported seeing a white pickup speeding past her house around 8:30 p.m. with no stops. James Collins, a local farmer, said he heard a scream around 8 p.m., but assumed it was a coyote. February 28th, an expanded search involving volunteers covered a radius of 5 kilometers. No body was found. No further evidence uncovered. March 1st, a request was sent to the FBI regarding human trafficking cases. The case was classified as a probable kidnapping. An analysis showed that between 2017 and 2019, 14 cases of disappearance involving girls aged 18 to 24 were recorded in Kent, Ottawa, and Allegan counties. 6 of them were found alive in other states. 2 were found dead. 6 remain missing. In 3 cases, witnesses reported seeing a white pickup. Interview recording with Lisa Parker, mother of the missing girl. March 15th, 2019. Mrs. Parker, tell us about your daughter. Caitlin was a good girl. She excelled in studies, wanted to become a child psychologist, loved reading, and watched old movies. She always called if she was running late. Always. Did you call her on February 26th? Yes. Around 8 in the evening, she didn't answer. I thought her phone died, but then 9:10 passed. I called Mrs. Anderson. She said Caitlin had left at 7. What did you feel? I knew. Immediately, I knew something had happened. A mother's intuition can't be fooled. My husband went searching, checked the roads. Then we realized we needed the police. Do you believe your daughter is alive? I have to believe. If I stop believing, I'll die. Every day I wake thinking, maybe today she'll come back, call, or someone will find her. But days, weeks pass, and I don't know. I don't know if my girl is alive or suffering. I don't know what's worse, knowing she's dead or not knowing anything. It's unbearable. Interview with Detective Michael Reynolds, May 2nd, 2019. Detective, what is the theory in the Caitlin Parker case? We believe this is a kidnapping for human trafficking. Victim profile matches the offender's modus operandi. No body found. All signs point to an organized group. There are leads on the white pickup. We've checked all models from 2010 to 2015 registered in the county and neighboring counties. More than 200 vehicles, none linked to the crime. License plates were either clean or owners had alibis. The pickup is likely from another state. Numbers might be fake or the vehicle unregistered. This is one of the challenges with trafficking. They use so-called ghost vehicles. Chances of finding Caitlin if she is in the trafficking system are slim. The first 48 hours are critical. We missed that window. She could be anywhere now. Mexico, Canada, another state. They move girls fast, change appearances and documents. But we keep looking. The case remains open. We work with the FBI and anti-trafficking organizations. Every lead is followed. If there's even one chance in a million, we take it. Diary entry of Lisa Parker. June 18th, 2019. Almost 4 months have passed. Caitlin's room is just as it was. I can't go in there. My husband neither. We lock the door. Sometimes at night I hear footsteps. I think it's her. Then I realize it's my imagination. My little boy doesn't understand. He asks when his sister will come home. I don't know what to say. Detective Reynolds called last week, said there was a lead. A group involved in trafficking was found in Detroit. They're checking for connections to Caitlin. I want to believe. I'm afraid to believe. What if she's out there? What if she is suffering? What if she's calling to me? And I can't help. I'm going crazy. News report, October 3rd, 2019. New disappearance in Kent County. 23-year-old Emily Johnson vanished on the evening of October 1st after work at a restaurant on 28th Street. Last seen getting into her car around 10:30 p.m. Her car, a 2016 Chevrolet Malibu, was found abandoned south of Grand Rapids. No signs of struggle at the scene. Johnson's co-worker said she mentioned a white pickup repeatedly passing by the restaurant during her shift. Police urge anyone with information to call the hotline. Internal memo, Police Department, October 7th, 2019. From Detective Reynolds to Captain Harrison. Subject, connection between Parker and Johnson cases. A comparison of the Caitlin Parker and Emily Johnson cases revealed the following similarities. Both victims are women aged between 18 and 25, light or blonde hair, Caucasian appearance. Both disappeared on sparsely traveled roads in the evening. Witnesses in both cases mentioned a white pickup. Vehicles were found abandoned on the roadside without serious damage. Signs of a rapid abduction without prolonged struggle. Recommendation to form a task force to investigate the possible serial kidnappings. Connection with the FBI has already been established. Offender profile, male, aged between 30 and 50, familiar with the area, has a vehicle, capable of organized planning and action, possibly acting with accomplices, requesting additional resources for evening road patrols. Emily Johnson found alive. October 15th, 2019. Emily Johnson was discovered in the basement of an abandoned house in Montcalm County after an anonymous tip led police there. Her condition is critical but stable. Johnson reported being kidnapped by two men in a white pickup. She was kept in different locations and was to be moved to Agawam. One suspect has been arrested. The other is at large. Caitlin Parker remains missing. Phone conversation between Lisa Parker and Detective Reynolds. October 22, 2019. Detective, I saw the news about Emily. Mrs. Parker, yes, Detective, we believe it's the same perpetrator. So, Caitlin, have we questioned the suspect? He denies involvement in your daughter's disappearance, but he's lying. He has to lie. Mrs. Parker, I understand your feelings. We're verifying every word he says, but no evidence of a link so far. Emily was kidnapped a month ago. Caitlin disappeared 8 months ago. If she were held in the same place, she could have been moved. You said they moved victims. Yes, and we continue searching. Detective, I'm losing hope. Please don't lose yours. Emily was found. There is hope. 8 months passed. There have been cases where victims were found years later. Don't give up. Diary entry of Lisa Parker. December 25th, 2019. Christmas without Caitlin. We put up the tree. My little boy asked, but there were no presents under the tree for her. Her seat at the table is empty. I bought her a gift, a book she wanted, and put it under the tree. My husband said nothing, but I saw him crying. Maybe it's madness. Buying a gift for someone who isn't here and might never return. But I can't help it. I can't accept it. Where are you, Caitlin? Where is my girl? Final report by Detective Reynolds. May 6th, 2020. The Caitlin Parker disappearance remains open. All leads have been checked. The man arrested in the Johnson case, Drill Coads, denies involvement. His accomplice, Marcus White, was killed during an attempted arrest. Searches of all known victim locations yielded no results. Caitlin Parker is listed as missing. Notices have been sent to all states. The case has been archived as a cold case. Condolences expressed to the family. Testimony of an anonymous driver, August 17, 2020. Road near Serpines. I was driving late at night. Empty road, darkness. Suddenly I saw a white pickup on the roadside, dirty, old, with tinted windows, just standing there. I passed it, glanced in the mirror, and the pickup started following. I sped up. It sped up. I floored it all the way to the city without slowing. The pickup disappeared, but I know it was waiting for someone, waiting for the next victim. I didn't stop or call the police. I just left. Maybe it wasn't the same pickup. Maybe I'm paranoid, but sometimes at night I wake up thinking, what if it's still there, on that dark road, waiting? Caitlin Parker is still missing. Her case remains one of dozens of unsolved disappearances in Michigan. Her family continues to search. Detective Reynolds, who retired in 2023, said this case still haunts him. The white pickup has been seen several times, always on those same roads, always in the dark. No one knows who drives it. No one knows how many victims there are. Maybe Caitlin was the first. Maybe the 10th. Maybe she's alive somewhere far away, under a different name, with no memory of her past. Maybe her body lies in the woods, never to be found. Or maybe next time you're driving a lonely road late at night and a white pickup appears in your rearview mirror, you'll think of this story and speed up, because some vehicles don't just follow you, they hunt. If you're driving alone late at night and notice a white pickup tailing too close, don't try to rationalize it. Just drive toward people, to the light, to safety. Because Caitlin thought it was just coincidence, until it was too late. Her mother, Lisa, still leaves a light on the porch every night, hoping Caitlin will find her way home. It's been over 5 years now. The light still burns. And somewhere on Michigan's dark roads, the white pickup still waits, patiently, methodically choosing its next victim. Police urge drivers, especially young women, to be extra cautious when driving after dark. If you notice someone following you, don't head home. Go to a busy place. a police station, a gas station, a hospital, somewhere with people and cameras. Because whoever hunts these roads knows them better than you, knows where there are no cameras, no witnesses, where you'll be alone, and by the time you realize it, it will be too late. The Caitlin Parker family created a foundation to help families of the missing. They support others through what they themselves have endured: uncertainty, despair, hope that slowly dies but never fully disappears. Because the worst part of disappearance is not knowing. Not knowing if the person is alive, suffering, remembers you, wants to come back. It's a special kind of torture. Grief without closure, pain with no end. Caitlin's little brother, now 16, every year on the day she disappeared, goes to that road, stands by the roadside where her car was found, just stands, hoping for a miracle, for any sign. But the road is silent. The forest is silent. Only the wind whispers in the branches. Cars rarely pass by. And somewhere in the unknown, Caitlin Parker is either fighting for her life, or long stopped fighting, or hoping for rescue, or has lost all hope, or is gone. And her family mourns the ghost of the girl who vanished that cold February night in 2019 and never returned. How many more Caitlins? How many more girls just driving home who never made it? How many families live in this year of uncertainty? The statistics are grim. In the United States, every 90 seconds, someone is reported missing. Most are found quickly, but those who vanish without a trace, whose cases grow cold, remain listed for years, decades, forever. Caitlin Parker is one of them. One name on a long, dark list, one photo on a wall, one family that can't move on, but can't stop either. Because stopping means giving up. Giving up means accepting she's gone, and they can't. They just can't give up. Because if they do, who will keep searching? Who will remember? Who will believe miracles are possible? So every night, the porch light stays on. Her room remains untouched. Her seat at the table stays empty. Her family lives frozen in time, forever waiting for the girl who may never return. And the white pickup is still out there somewhere, on dark roads, in the shadows, waiting. Thank you for watching.